guys, welcome back. So day whatever 2 of sick week, we'll call it day 2 because first day was testing, so this is the second day of preparing for sick week. That's probably the right answer. So we are here with the 55. We yesterday did nothing with cars. It was super nice, had all our friends down there, spent some time on a boat, great time. But today we're gonna go over the 55. There's a couple little things to fix, like the air leak that we found for the CO2 bottle. We have a little bit of a methanol leak, so gotta hunt that down. And just kind of going through and checking everything. So nothing big, nothing crazy, but we have time, and then we'll get everything parked and head over to the track tomorrow. So get over there and be bright and early for tech-in and check-in, and we may or may not make it past, but right now we got Steve Morris and Kyle back there with their wagon. They're going to be making some changes on there, so I don't know what they'll do. We'll go check with them, and then Joe Barry will be here later, and Tom, and I think everybody's going to come over. I don't know how many people are going to be working, but we are. Okay, so we got a couple things checked off the list, like the air leak, because
there wasn't one.
There's no air leak.
I just looked at Steve's chutes back there.
You guys are pointing.
They're straight up.
Yeah.
I mean, ours are pointed like, I don't know, 40 degrees or something. They're probably not quite a 45. So we may have to change that angle.
Yeah, maybe, because I know he said even yesterday, I believe he said he had the same thing where maybe one didn't deploy. Oh yeah, he said one wrap so far under his car, he thought it was around the axle.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, so it went in so I didn't mean even that, he's got dead air, so I wonder what.
Well, we haven't had a problem.
No,
I wonder if it was some kind of funky tailwind or something.
I don't know.
That was fighting it.
But
I mean, whatever the case is, it's got to be fixed.
They just didn't feel like they had any power to them. That's the only thing. Like when I felt one, but then it was like it just slowly blossomed and caught. So I don't know what's causing that.
It's almost like they're not liking coming out of that bag. You know, because we just saw that guy come around a corner down here, and his bag was dragging all.
We've also never had that issue too. But think about it; it's the first of the season, so people have had their chutes sitting all winter. I'm just wondering if maybe like because you're supposed to unpack and repack, and I didn't do that, so maybe that's it. Okay.
Possibly. Is there a way you can turn the bag upside down?
No.
You sure that the bag acts as a pilot, or if it comes out?
I mean, you could turn it upside down, but I pack it the same way that I've always packed it.
All right, whatever.
We'll have to check. I don't know what it is.
Whatever.
I just don't think there's a leak, so that's off the list.
The fuel tank is a problem. We're getting, look, you see the splatter on the valve cover? So it's building pressure in the crankcase now and pushing some out of the dipstick. And in whatever years I've had this motor, it's never done that.
So at some point it was building vacuum, I guess.
At an island lower.
So you know what's funny about this is we added a sensor and then the issue was there. Maybe if we would have never sensed it.
No, we would have. It was there before we put the sensor on.
But we didn't have a sensor all last year and there was no issue. But
these bad boys are putting a lot more fuel to it. I can tell lots of difference in the thing. The characteristics, the burnout, the launch, the stage.
But you were just talking to Steve, came over to discuss the vacuum pump.
Yeah, because this vacuum pump's been on this motor for years, and it's always made vacuum going down the track. I've never had any issues, but we're putting a lot more fuel to it. I think we're washing the cylinder walls down and unseating the rings and probably putting more crankcase pressure in it than it's ever had before. So the pump's doing nothing, and it's spitting oil. It's going to find its way out one way or the other.
Yeah, so we need to fix that. So what are you doing to do that?
I'm going to put my breather thing on here, take the check ball out and tee it into this line and take this one into this line, so both of these 12s, one out of each side of the motor, will go into this 12 into here. He said technically Tom's got 112 on his motor.
So then are you routing through the vacuum pump but
no,
bypassing?
I'm just gonna disconnect the vacuum
okay, so you're just saying you're just going to use that.
Take it off.
That's what I was curious about.
What's it going to save, like 3 pounds?
Yeah, and nose heavy too.
I think I'll take it off.
Perfect. Getting rid of stuff. Okay, so then what else do we have to do? We're going to mount that wheel and tire, and then...
I don't know.
We don't really have anything.
That's a good thing. We need to look at the pressure on... I know the pressure was on the bottle. I hope the pressure's on that regulator. It's non-adjustable. So one side is whatever that says.
I think they're both set at 100.
That's 100. I think the other one was set less, but I don't remember.
I can't remember. I think I asked for the same.
Anyway, we set it whatever they said to set it at. For the chutes, we did the recommendation on that. That's kind of big, ain't it?
It's kind of goofy. Yeah, and then maybe mess with the bump box. Get that a little fine-tuned.
We're just going to look everything over, get it packed back up, mess with the bump box, and go racing.
That's weird. I'm not gonna lie, it's weird.
Because when I came here, I felt like I had a lot of stuff to do.
No, and then it's
I
like...
must have drained the puke tanks yesterday because there was nothing in them. And, you know, with the vacuum pump not pumping, it doesn't pump oil into the puke tank. But I did drain a little bit out at some point yesterday, and I guess I did before we closed it up. There was no methanol in it, so in the other one, so yeah. I guess we're ready to go. I wanted to start it, warm it up, and see. We had a little fuel in the belly pan, the engine diaper.
Yeah.
So I don't know, the one fitting the return on the bottom of the regulator seemed a little bit loose. Maybe that's what it was.
Right. Cool. Well, kind of weird being ready, having time. We'll get here early in the morning.
Are we ready? I had just 2 or 3 things I wanted to talk about. What was the other thing? I had it on my mind. And then you...
Oh, go ahead.
I guess at this point it doesn't matter.
I didn't realize you were talking.
I can't remember.
I was just going to say, everywhere I go, there's a nerd.
Yeah.
It won't be any worse than it was.
Where do I look at this thing at?
Where do you want to look at it
a
at?
table?
There's a table.
Oh my gosh.
I probably ought to unlock it for you. Well, I'll unlock it for you, little buddy. Yeah, you can open that up. But I haven't sent Ryan the data log because he was coming, so I just knew that it could just be done here.
I wanted to do it while I was sitting on my couch last night.
I wanted to sit on a boat and not think about it.
I noticed.
He texted me and said, "Where's my data?" I said, "I don't know, I'm on a boat."
So sad. So sad. It doesn't have enough heat in it. Like,
what?
so it's showing some heat, but not like it's not chalky. It's not like it actually burned it off.
Now,
it's
I
just
might
kind
have
of
wiped it
rippling.
off because I've had it out.
Yeah, no, that's fine. But there's like, I don't know how to describe it. Like,
Okay.
I would expect it to it's warmed up, but it's not burned off, is what I'm trying to say.
So you don't have enough temperature in the cylinder yet?
Yeah, probably.
That doesn't sound like
No, I don't see it.
What the heck that was?
I heard it. I don't see it still. Oh, traction.
Oh, yeah.
That makes sense. Alright, 55's ready to go. Tires mounted on wheels. Fueling up. We're ahead of the game a little bit.
Yeah, we
Look at us go. Okay, I'll be back to let this dude down in just a second. Walk over here and see what's going on this direction. Are you guys done?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
Just flash the valves and gonna fuel it up and work on bumping in.
Oh, you are gonna work on bumping?
Yeah.
We need to. We haven't. Very nice. We're all watching over your shoulder now, not just me.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay. So, working on some dump things. Changing that. Nerds are thinking. Nerds don't talk when they think. And and working on this bump box, so gonna spooled up and check it a little. So yesterday when the dump, that's an odd color for trans fluid, very interesting. But yesterday when we were working on, or whenever we made a pass, and it died, it was because the converter pressure, trans pressure was going back up because the dumps were closing, and so that's what he's working on right now. And then timing, shifting stuff around a little bit so that way it doesn't go wah wah like that.
How's that go?
Wah wah.
It's just so complicated. That friggin' little box is so much easier.
Hi, Jason.
Hello.
Hello. I've already been over here and bug dating once. He doesn't talk to me to begin with, so I'm sure he'll really talk to me a second time. Lots of words. What are you doing there?
I am trying to unpin a connector because I ripped it out.
He unplugged it very nicely from the front end, but proceeded to go ahead and yank it off.
I thought the fender was stuck.
It's okay. Go with that. Why did you take the front end off anyways?
I gotta pull my header off because I had an exhaust leak.
Sweet, so now you got more work to do. Lovely. Sounds like that's fun.
Speaking of that, do you guys have silicone?
Do we have what?
Silicone.
Yes. Okay. I'll have to dig it out.
I seen it. I mean, because I didn't know they were pulling the whole transmission out.
Oh, I didn't know it.
He said I thought he just said maintenance.
Well, it did, and then they had the whole transmission out.
Well, that's not maintenance. Dad noticed when we were spooling that it had a little bit of a leak, which is scary because this is exactly what we talk about when Tom caught fire. I guess O-ring.
I think, though, the scariest
Look at
part
that.
is
Look at
putting
how
it back
that
together.
cut. See, that's from when you put it back
But
together.
see, when I was pulling all these out, there was 8 of them in this one rail, and they're stuck because those
Yeah.
O-rings swell up. They've been in there for a year or whatever. It was really hard. So some of those, the adapters on those injectors slid apart. Well, you slide them back together. That's the problem with
'Cause
taking
look
stuff
at that.
apart.
See how that
I
is?
slid it back together. It cut. It's really scary. That's my biggest fear.
Do you think the rest are okay?
We'll find out. We'll start it.
We'll find out. Hi, Michelle. Oh, she didn't say. Okay. Michelle had something to say, but she doesn't want to offend anybody, so she's not going to say
I'm
it.
not gonna say it.
That's nice of you. Proud of you.
Thank you.
There was nothing wrong. It's not like she's gonna say something.
Yeah, it wasn't anything wrong. It just could be a sensitive topic.
It is a very sensitive topic. O-rings
O-rings. O-rings are important. That's where we'll leave it.
are extremely
O-rings,
important.
Yep, they can set stuff on fire and blow things up if they blow out. So we
Yeah.
don't want that.
There we go.
We need that to not do that. All right, we've been shuffling trailers for approximately
45 minutes.
45 minutes, and that was just
No.
the start.
Now that was after the initial 30-minute discussion on the order we would be doing them.
Yeah, we've been shuffling trailers for quite some minutes.
A
but
long time.
A long
That's what
time.
I'm saying. We stood here and got all this arranged. We were nervous that somebody else could get our spot, and then Tom pulls up, drives right in.
That's what happens when you run the event, man.
Is it? No, that's what happens when you're Tom Bailey.
Here's the king.
I was gonna say event or not. That's probably what happened.
I don't like this parking. It's angled too much. It needs to be
Sounds like
straight with.
We should have the backup try again.
We should.
Yeah, let's do it.
he'll say yup.
He looks like crap.
Make him do it again.
A boat. Yeah, so this has literally been an ordeal, but we've got it kind of figured out. We got Joe there, us here, Steve here, Tom there, Schroeder is gonna be there, Aiden squeezed in there, Ryan doesn't know what he's doing. Hey, look, this is a perfect TikTok. Come on, shuffle. Thank you.
All right.
You don't want to be a part of it? Okay. Alright, and that wraps it up for today. I'm actually finishing this closer in the hotel bathroom because everybody's asleep out there and I'm trying not to wake them up, but trying to get this video out to you guys. So, anyways, that wraps it up for now. We didn't do a ton today. It was literally just like fixing a couple small things and, I don't know, setting up. We moved the trailers like a million times and we ended up getting out of there at like 10:30, so it's a pretty good day. But looking forward to tomorrow because tomorrow we have check-in. Well, I say that, we gotta get up early for that. Looking forward to check-in though and getting tagged in, and we'll see if we make it past or not, so that's to be determined, but there's a pre-party and all that, so it should be a good time. So anyways, stay tuned. Tomorrow will be a good one, and as always, be happy, go fast, and stay pretty. I will see you guys next time.